Ladies and gentlefolk, welcome back to my channel. Tonight we're going to look at a fake English accent? No. Wood chipping. We're going to do some wood chipping. And I'm grabbing the little Hazamat. Now, I had a funny situation with this guy. This little chipper. Okay, so when I first started the Goldcrest series, we did some logging videos while we were playing multiplayer. And one of the... somebody somehow, I don't know what happened, but I had this one guy like chewing me out for recommending this chipper, and I'm like, I have never used this chipper in my life. I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't know what you're talking about. He's like, you should be ashamed of yourself for telling viewers that they should use this chipper because it only does small branches. So we're going to play around with this. I have never actually touched this thing, and it is my understanding that it does really only do small branches. So we're going to unfold this. I don't know. I think you probably can turn the tractor off, but I think it does have to be attached to a tractor to work. There we go. It automatically found the trailer. That's good. We're going to unfold this. Oh, and I can't turn it on. So I do have to have the tractor running. Oops, wrong button. So the tractor's powered, and this is not powered. So maybe the next thing, well, let's see what happens. I may have to have, well, let's see. You know, I'm going to grab a branch, and we're going to throw it on there. Maybe it'll grind it up. This is just for tests. Once again, I don't really know what I'm doing with this. So, welcome to Arthur's tutorials when he doesn't know what he's doing. But in all seriousness, this is the second half of the logging tutorial. Tonight we're just going to strictly look at wood chippers. Now, see, that branch was even too small because it just disappeared. However, we have this here. This may work. So let's see if we set this in there, nothing happens. Okay, so I think what the trick is going to be this. We're going to have to pull this forward, put this off to the side. So you're going to need a smaller tipper that is going to be low enough that the Hazamat can actually spray its goods. It is finding it, though. It's still following it. So, and then you're probably going to need the PTO on the tractor, which is why it's not working. So if we back the tractor in here and connect this guy up. And let's go ahead and power her up. There we go. And she's going to start eating that branch. And we're going to have to help it along. Oh, it did. It ate it all. Okay, cool. So I don't know what the size limit is, but we'll play around with this a little bit. I have a feeling that this chipper is going to be good for like clearing away small branches, and then you'd save the logs and like sell the log parts. But these logs aren't going to be worth anything. You'd save the bigger logs and then throw the branches. Yeah, I can't even lift that. So it's a big trunk. But if you want to do with these little branches, let's see what we can cut. All right, so let's bow down before the tree and cut it into segments here. And so really this is a branch chipper is what I'm gonna call it. It's meant for small trees. These are what, you know, oh, it disappeared. That sucks. These are what contractors are going to use when you hire them to cut down a tree in your yard. It's one of these small chippers. And just set that on there, see how this does. Can it soak it through? No, it can't. All right, so we're going to have to cut this thingy off. How much you want to bet it disappears when I do this? Boop! Okay, so you're just losing all these lovely chips. Throw that on there. Throw that on here. There we go. And it sucks it in. Well, that's pretty cool. Awesome. Oops, I forgot to turn my steam off. I'll be right back. And one little piece is wedged in there. So let's go ahead and wiggle that just a little bit. There we go. And so that's how that wood chipper works. Once again, I don't think you can put very large logs in, but I'll work on this a little bit more. I mean, we can hang out. This is going to be a pretty somewhat short video. Because there are only 3 wood chippers, really. I suppose you could say there's 4, because there's the one the placeable one. The placeable one just sells it directly to the shop without you having to travel there, but it's not movable, so it's not really real useful. I don't know. I mean, it's cool, but I can't see myself using it at all. But if you can, more power to you. The one thing that they didn't do that they should have done in this game, and it makes me crazy, they should have thought about using a rotation on the mouse wheel. Like if you rotate the mouse wheel, it should rotate the object that you're holding, because this is really arcane to have to pick stuff back up. And so there you go, sucked in a piece. Don't stand on here in real life or you'll die. Let's try to put it in this way and see what we can do. Like this, if I could rotate it down now and hand it in, that would be so much better than the way it's set up, but that's just how they did it. So, too bad. Poo-poo. Dagnabbit. Oh, come on, fall! Oh. So this is a pain in the butt. It works, though, but it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, this is going to have to be sawed for sure. Alright, so hang on. Pull that out. Oh, no, there it goes. Okay. Alright. I want to keep doing it a little bit more to see how big... What's the biggest branch that we can do? One of the things that you do have to do... These are a lot of work. But then again, in real life, I mean, you know, chopping down trees is a lot of work. Especially trees like this, where, you know, the tall pines are pretty easy because you can just strip them, but these are heavy trees. These are big, heavy trees, and they're... So we can get a pretty big log in there. I mean, that's about as big as I can pick up, and this is chewing them up. So this is a semi-affordable way for you to be able to chip up trees without having to... Uh-oh, this is too big. Okay, so I think we've reached the limit here. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Come on. Come on, lovely. Come on, dearie. Everyone loves a log. Nope, not so much. So, try this way. Nope, come on. Oh, for Pete's sake. So, this probably gets classified as going into a larger chipper. Come on, fall. There we go. Just trying to toss it. See if we could just pivot. It would be so nice. So really, little branches are it. You can't, once again. So, I would say that this probably would work with, let's take a look here. One of the things that I want to try, I'm going to turn this off and move the rig over. Let's see, does this have a trailer hitch? No, it doesn't, so we'll have to move it in separate parts. I wanted to see something. You know how we chop down the little trees with this little tree processor? We're going to do a test here. If we chop down one of these small trees, all right? So, all right, you can see there, though, from those little bits of branches, I made 4,000 liters of wood chips. So, you can make a decent amount of wood chips with that little chipper. It's only meant for small branches. But my curiosity here, I'm thinking about, what if we put this trailer in conjunction with one of these small trees? Can we chip one of these small trees? Let's find out. So I'm going to grab my chopper, and we're going to open this thing up. There we go. And I'm going to get stuck. Oh, jeepers, criminy. Come on. Oh, my pedals are doing that weird thing again. I think I have to unplug and reconnect my steering wheel. I must have been touching the pedals when I turned it on. Alright, so we're going to put that there. And can I lower it? This thing doesn't really let you lower it. It's kind of weird like that. And I got to turn the menu on to see when it actually lets me cut. Cut. There we go. 7. All right. Boop. Okay, so this is a pretty thick tree in my opinion, but we're gonna bring it down here, and I'm going to select. Let's see. Where's my cut length? Let's see. Cut length. Okay, Y. No, stop. Oh my gosh. We want to make these short. We're going to do 1 meter in length because we're going to feed them in by hand. So if we do little cuts, theoretically these should fit. I love that. The saw, watch the saw come out. It's like, okay. Turn this guy off. We got our chopper running. We're going to grab a big log. Let's try to throw it in. No such luck. And of course now it's going to be all screwed up because it's going to sit on its end rather than falling on its side. There we go. Aha! So what we do is we have a team here between our cutter and our Heisemat, you know, the Sampo Rosenlu cutter and the Heisemat logs. We now have a wood chipping setup, so we could get away whatever you can cut with that cutter, you can shred with this shredder or whatever you call it, wood chipper. You can chip. So pretty cool deal. But now you're still looking at a lot of money. You're still looking at about a $200,000 investment because this guy is like $198. But whatever he can pick, you can shred or chop. So it would make it kind of fast. You get maybe like if you're doing multiplayer, rent one of those Heisemats and then have 2 guys loading, you know, like a pair of wood chippers or whatever, and they can chip the crap out of this. Let's see how much this one tree gave us. We had 4,000 liters when we started. There we go. Let's see how much when we're done. Ta-da! This once again, it's like this to me. This is the one big bug I think with the overall logging. It's a ridiculous problem. It's also the same issue when you're trying to load bales. They added really cool functionality that now you can pick stuff up by hand, but the downside is they didn't finish the idea. You should be able to roll it with your mouse, but now, you know, it turns off the chainsaw. But if you're carrying an object, I mean, doesn't it make sense that you roll it? So let's see what we got. Nope, wrong tractor. Okay, so we have made now 9,000 wood chips. So we're getting a nice stack of chips. So let's move on to the next piece of hardware. I'm going to turn this off and move it out of the way. Fold this all up. I think this is the fold up. Yep. Okay. Now this next guy, I believe, has a pretty severe requirement for horsepower. This is the Gents self-loading wood chipper. I do not like this wood chipper. I'm sorry. I know some of you are going to like it. I don't. It's not that it's bad. It requires a really big tractor. In fact, we're going to try to do it with this one, but I think that we're going to be way underweight. If we look in the forestry equipment, we have this. It's $88,000. It requires a 250 horsepower tractor, so you're going to need something different than what you got. Let's look at our tractors and just pick. Let's see. I mean, these will all do. Anything 224 has to be bigger. 225. Nope. 288. So steer once again. This one does not have a forestry edition. It's a monster tractor. But this one's once again, it's self-loading, so that's pretty cool. And it chips up a lot of stuff. I mean, it can handle some pretty big stuff, but I really am not a fan of the functionality. But to each his own. We're going to try messing around with this big tree first. I don't think it's going to go too well. I'm just letting you know that up front because it's kind of a crickety, bent tree. But it'll be fun to try it. So let's see here. Now, I'm going to look at the help menu. We need to select our tipper. Change control group. Once again, so left control Z. Now we're working the supports. Wait. Oh, no, X on this one. Okay, this one's different. X folds the support feet, right? No. What? Come on. I'm pressing X. Oh, no. Support. There we go. Okay, so you can push the support in and out. Somehow, something's doing something. I'm trying to figure out what controls do what with the support. Okay, I figured out how to make it go up and down, but nothing else. Okay, pressing X unfolds it, and then you can push the feet down with your joystick. Really weird. Okay, that's how they do it. But weird when you do this. What? Okay, let's turn it on. And we're going to control the pipe. Nope, the pipe is fine. Arm. There we go. Sorry, I'm just getting used to controls here. That's the arm. All right. And we can... What else does this do? It should extend out. We can rotate the head. Right? We can do the close and open. Up and down. Up and down at the elbow. Aha! There we go. There's the up and... Okay, so... We're going to grab this tree. Once again, it's a bent tree. It's really going to be awkward. It's probably not even going to be able to do it. Yeah. And this is a heavy tree. I mean, this is a big, big tree. So I probably really need to cut it in segments. But we'll do this little piece then, since I can't pick the whole tree up. I was going to see if I could just jam the tree in there, but obviously that's not going to happen. So, once again, to me, this is tedious, and it takes a long time to do. It's the same idea as the log loading. Why do it this way when you could just do it by hand faster or using a different implement? But some people are going to really like this. So, you know, hey, I've always wanted a self-loading wood chipper. This thing is cool. I mean, there's no doubt about that. It's a neat device. And I'm going to move it a little more forward. It's dropping the... Oh! Yeah. And perspective is everything. So, you know, I mean, the fact that we can't get a good, decent perspective is why I hate this tool. You got this little area where you can drop it, and it becomes very difficult to get it right on target. I'll try again. Okay, close this up. Nope, I'm not on it, even though it looks like I'm exactly on it. I'm not even close. Okay, it's touching it now. Maybe this will do it. Right, and already you can see where my angst towards this device comes. This is what always happens when I use it. Now, like I said, there's probably guys out there that love this thing and they use it all day long, every day. To me, this is just an exercise of your infuriation. Pick the dang log up. There we go. All right, I'll put it out. Suck it in. I want this support in. There we go. We're going to lift this up higher and down. Higher. That's as high as it goes, and down, downer, and we're going to turn left, and we're going to drop this. Now, it's sliding out backwards. See that? It's going out the back. What the frick? There we go, and it's in the chipper. And problem number 2 arises that we always have with this chipper. It won't go through the chipper. This has been since the last version of the game, and this is one of the ones I don't... It will go eventually, but it won't go peacefully, and we're going to have to really fuss with it to get it to work. Come on. So, moving on to the next chipper. That's why I hate this one. I really hate that chipper. Sometimes it works. I think that piece might just be too big. But to me, it's like, it's such an effort to get it to work, and it's like... Grr. So last but not least, we have this one. And this one's even a little bit cheaper. I think this one's way easier to use. Now, once again, there's going to be some of you that disagree with me, but go ahead. Make my day. Take my pay. I think this one's much easier to use. And I'm going to hop into... Nope, could you not? I'm standing right next to it, and it makes me go in the tractor. Come on. All right, let's unfold the front. Pipe out on the back. The back is, I believe, controllable with the joystick. I think you can raise and lower it a little bit. Yeah, it raises and lowers. All right, so that's set up, and we're going to turn it on. All right, it's running. This guy, we're going to do this. We get rid of the chipper that doesn't work. And like I said, this does work. It's a pain to use. And it doesn't mean Control Z arm support. There we go. It doesn't mean that it's completely not usable. It just means it's a pain in the butt to work with, and I really don't like it. I prefer to use something that's a little bit easier to operate. But like I said, if you really like the ARM controls and you don't mind dealing with the logs doing what they're doing on this one, then it's a fine unit. It's just it's expensive. It has really high requirements for horsepower, whereas that other one, the one that we just set up, that doesn't even need a tractor attached. There's no horsepower requirement aside from the ability to move it. So we're going to put this back there. All right, so here I am, bumping my log wood chipper. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to hop out, and we're going to chip our first piece. And what I like about this one is that you can hand load it. It doesn't have to be hand loaded, but we were using it on a multiplayer server. And you have somebody stand up on top of it, and then everybody else goes around it, and you just throw it in there. Let's see here. Turn on the wood crusher. There we go. Start the engine. Oh, that's right. This thing travels on its own, too. Control I. No. No. Stop. I don't think you have to have it up. Hold on. There, now it's on. For some reason it wouldn't turn on. That was weird. I was pressing the turn on button and it wouldn't turn on. But now it's on. So we have our... Whoops. Dar. I've done this before, I swear. Alright, so we can take this and just throw it on there. And it chips it up. And it does have some capacity too. Maybe like 10,000. It can hold some wood chips if you don't have a trailer. And then if somebody takes the trailer off and replaces it with another one, it'll just hold them. But now it's unloading. So you can see there, that works. And then if I grab a tractor with an arm... Alright, so I tried to pull this log out, but it's pretty dang wedged in there, and I can't get it out, so that's another problem. But what we're going to do is we're going to take another log of similar girth, because these are the big logs. These are the biggest logs we're going to run into. These are bigger than the cut-down pine tree, so I'm going to grab a nice big chunk here, and we're going to test it, see if we can chop up this trunk. Man, if only cutting big trees like that was that easy. You got to have a really good chainsaw. I mean, this is just a big chunk of wood. So can the giant gents take this thing in? I don't know. We'll see. Yep, there she goes. So unlike the arm loading one, this one can take the big thing. So this one, out of all the wood chippers, I prefer this one the most. I think it's easier to use. It does all trees of all sizes. Once again, it's not perfect, but it is easier. As a person that hates loading stuff with arms, I prefer loading stuff with the tractor. So this works out for that type of thing. And it also, the fact that it doesn't have to have a tractor to run, and it's even semi self-propelled, it just makes it easier to operate overall. And ironically, it's cheaper than the arm loader one, that guy over there. So it's like... I don't know. To me, this is a no-brainer. This is the best wood chipper in the game. We do have another option here. Let's go ahead and shut this thing off. We also have, if you've noticed, this placeable wood chipper. Where is it? Oh, it's under placeables. We have 2 items that we can use to sell wood chips. One is kind of a combo, and this is nice because you're getting a wood chipper and it's a sell point. The downside is you can't really move it. It's once you've placed this big honking thing, it's there. The nice thing is you don't have to transport the logs or the wood chips. We're just going to set it right here, just for fun, and escape. And then we also have this thing, and we'll deal with that in a second. But so what we're looking at here is a portable wood chipper, or a non-portable wood chipper. This thing is solid, so it's not mobile, but you can, like I said, it sells directly to your lumber yard. Now, Jared has posted some interesting figures and facts regarding this and using the regular wood chipper selling directly. It sounds like it just runs all the time, so this is running. Yep. And there are certain times when you want to use this and certain times when you want to use the other wood chipper as far as money goes. Like sometimes, depending on the price of logs, that thing is going to get you more money or less money. So you kind of have to pay attention to what the market's doing. But we'll just chop a chuple. We'll chop up a couple logs. But once again, the nice thing about that is it saves you having to make a trip to the lumber yard to sell your wood chips, or the train yard, whichever one you're using. Yep, there you go. You see when it's done? No money. I thought it would pay me right away. Maybe it has to reach a certain capacity before you get the pay. Yeah, there it goes. It just sold $62. Let's see what this piece gets us. It'll be a minute. $111 for that piece. So you can see here, that's a nice thing. It just sells directly. You can just keep feeding it, making money without having to travel around with a trailer full of wood chips. However, the nice thing is with the wood chips, if you do it this way, you can store these and sell them later. So that is a benefit of having the wood chips. But, you know, this is an easy way to do it. It definitely saves you time. Now, the other placeable item that we have, and I'll be right back. The other placeable item that we have is this Hyzamat heating plant. What does this do? Well, you can sell wood chips here. I can't put it there. I got to put it right here. We'll put it out in the wood ground a little bit. I'm just being silly where I'm placing them. You really would probably want to place that on your farm. You wouldn't have to, but you should place it somewhere where it's going to be convenient for you to dump. Oops. And what this does is it allows you to sell the wood chips at your farm or wherever you place that. So if you have wood chips, you can always... You're basically adding a place to do wood chips. Now, the prices are, from what I understand, independent from the sawmill, but they do fluctuate. So if you sell too many here, the price is going to go down. Just like it does at the sawmill. Let's go ahead and dump this in. Ta-da! $872 dumped into the Hyzamat. And I think, does it give us a little fire? Like, yeah, look, the smoke's going. I don't think we can do anything with this, but let's see. No menu comes up. So that's the heating unit that burns off the wood that you've put in there, and it makes energy, and you get paid for that. So, I mean, there are a couple options as far as placeables go. Once again, they're there to make your life a little bit easier. They're not cheap, though. That's the hard thing. The Gents stabilized selling unit is $72,000, so it ends up being a little bit more expensive than our counterpart at $64,000. So what's your time worth to you? If you got to travel back and forth, I mean, I don't know. This just makes it easier to sell your wood chips. It earns money. It also gives you a second place to have a price. So if your wood chip price goes way down at the at your lumber mill, then you can sell here and still have a good price. So that concludes our wood chipping portion of the logging tutorial. We hope that you guys like seeing all this equipment working and or in some cases not working. And like I said, this does work. It just doesn't work with funky trees. It will work with those pine trees because they're nice and straight. But I still find it a pain in the butt to use. And I've used them for a while on Sosnovka and some other of the farms that I have, but I hate it. I much prefer using this with the front loader. I think this just goes a lot faster, and I'm able to make wood chips faster, which makes me money faster. So anyway, have a great night, guys. Be sure to subscribe. Facebook page, make sure to join our group on Facebook, and then also be sure to check our live broadcasts every Tuesday night for tanks and Farming Simulator Saturday mornings. Have a great night. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video you just watched, you might also be interested in joining my Twitch TV channel. All you got to do is follow. If you do have a subscription, it would be great to subscribe because that way we actually get some monetary help. But following is just fine. I stream 2 to 3 times a week. The normal times we stream on Tuesday nights when Black Chicken and I go out tanking for 2X Tuesdays. And then also on Saturday mornings we do our multiplayer Farm Sim Goldcrest game. So both of those videos are going to be a pretty constant thing. And then also I just throw videos up whenever I play multiplayer truck sim with people, or if I'm playing my rally game. But anyway, people have really been enjoying being part of those streams. So people come into the chat room and we have all kinds of good conversation going on. So make sure to be followed on my Twitch channel. It is www.twitch.tv/vblueguitar. And you can see up here, this is the spelling for the entire website. You spell vblueguitar, VBLUGUITAR, vblueguitar. The other thing that I want to tell you guys, make sure to be part of the Facebook. All you got to do is go into your search bar on Facebook and do Arthur's Gaming Channel, and then just apply, and we've let pretty much everybody in. So there's no like, oh, we don't want you to be part of the group. We let pretty much everybody in the group, as long as it's not like an advertising or a company trying to sell their products. We love our viewers to be part of this. Kyle helps me out a lot with this. B-Dog helps me out a lot with this. We have almost 400 members already, and we've only been up for about 2 months. So this community is growing fast. This is a nice place for us to chat. I usually try to come in here every day and say hi to everybody. People are always posting cool videos that come up whenever new mods come out. People are here, and they're looking at the mods, and it's a good place to get links and stuff like that. So this is a great place to be. We would love to have you as part of our community. So once again, that is Arthur's Gaming Channel on Facebook. Hope to see you guys there. Have a great night. Thumbs up always help. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you on the fields and the battlefield and the roads and the sea and all the other places that we go with the simulator games that we play. Have a great night.